Welcome back, or welcome to my channel. And so if you didn't know, this is my second video now, but I think it's like my first long video because the first one was kind of like an intro, you know. So yeah, today I'm just gonna be telling kind of like a little story time. As you can see in the title, she said no. What did I say no to? Like, what am I talking about? Well, stay tuned and you're gonna find out. Now I'm gonna tell you guys why I said no to my proposal. It's kind of a funny story. It's kind of cute. Just to give context, it was my 3-year dating anniversary with my now husband, Aaron. And we didn't, not that we didn't go on a lot of dates at the time, but it was just one of those years where we kind of just like, we hang out all the time, so it kind of just always feels like a date. But this was one of those days where I kind of got suspicious, like something was gonna happen, because if you guys don't know, which you probably don't, but fun fact, like one of my favorite numbers is 3, and it was our 3-year anniversary dating. So I was like, oh, something special might happen, you know. And also our anniversary happens to be 2 days after my birthday, which is, my birthday is July 14 and our dating anniversary is July 16. So I was like not assuming anything crazy was gonna happen, although one thing that made me get a little suspicious was that my sister, she was kind of hinting at me about like, what am I gonna wear for my anniversary, and what are my plans, and for my birthday, like what are my plans. You know, I wasn't thinking anything crazy of it. I was just like, oh, I don't know, like probably hang out with my boyfriend and celebrate with him. Like, why do you ask? And you know, she was just kind of like, oh, no reason, like I want to buy you like a birthday dress and maybe a dress for your anniversary, like as a gift, you know, be nice. And I'm like, okay, I didn't think anything of it. I was like, sure. So we're looking on, she's like, pulls out her phone. She's like, yeah, so here. Starts scrolling and looking at dresses, and it's like, here, pick one. And I'm like, pick one? She's like, no, pick 2 actually, just in case, or 3, so you need options. So I go, okay. I start looking, start scrolling, and I pick out like some dresses, because, you know, I didn't really know what this was about, but I was like, okay. I picked out a couple dresses that I thought were cute. She showed my mom. They were like, oh, those are very pretty, but black, like you should get a different color, maybe like a green color or something. You know, your favorite color is green, you should get green. Something like colorful, or maybe like a white color, like, you know, because it's summer or something, like to bounce off the sun, like not too hot if you're outside, like something really cute. I'm like suspicious again. I'm like, okay. So they go ahead and tell me, okay, pick out the dresses, we'll get it for you. Boom. My birthday comes along, and I had like a little surprise party at my parents' house. And I was like, okay, cute, like thank you, like this is so cute. Then fast forward 2 days to my anniversary. Off the bat, it was already feeling like a different kind of day, because my husband was, well, my boyfriend at the time, who is my husband now, he was telling me, oh, you know, we're gonna go out to a fancy little dinner on the water, like really cute park moment. I'm like, oh, that sounds so cute. Like, of course, sure, I'm gonna get fancy, I'm gonna do my makeup, everything, right? Fancy. We get to the dinner, so he's looking real cute, real fancy, and I start ordering like cute little food, whatever. We're enjoying it. I'm taking pictures, he's taking pictures, we're feeling real cute, and I'm taking pictures. Like, if I have the pictures, I'll like try to see if I can pop it in, but if not, I was taking pictures like showing like my, just some random ring I had at the time, looking real cute. We end up ordering dessert at the end, and at this point I'm thinking the whole time during the dinner, maybe he's gonna propose, maybe he's gonna propose. He didn't propose, let me order dessert. Maybe there's a ring in this creme brulee. I never had creme brulee, so I was just excited to get it, and that it was on the menu. So I was like, oh, like maybe there's a ring in here, I don't know. So I start eating it. We get to the bottom, we're scraping it, there's no ring. At this point, I'm like, okay, maybe I was just in over my head, like maybe I'm just tripping. Like, why would he propose on our 3-year anniversary, like with a cake? Like, I could have eaten it, you know, like that's dumb, but, or maybe not, I don't know. Maybe he's waiting for another time to propose. It is what it is. Maybe next year, or maybe for Christmas, I don't know. So we end up ordering dessert, finishing it, like I said, and I go to the bathroom before we leave, and he's like, yeah, go ahead, take your time, do your thing, I'll wait for you outside. So I go to the bathroom, take my little selfies, and then I go outside and we start walking towards our car over this cute little bridge. He kind of stops me in my tracks. Mind you, I'm wearing heels and I'm a big girl, so my feet are already hurting. Okay, and it's July, literally 16, like middle of the summer, like blazing hot. I'm in all black. I'm like, we gotta go. Like, why do you keep stopping me on this bridge? Like, you want to take a picture? Like, yes. Like, he keeps telling me, like, babe, I love you so much, I just want to tell you something. And I'm like, okay, like, can you tell me as we're walking to the car? Because I'm hot. Like, I want to go sit down. I want to go to Ulta before they close. Come on, we have plans. And he's kind of just like hesitant, like, no, like, but I just really want to tell you something. And now I'm noticing he's stopping me in the middle of the bridge. So I'm like, oh, he's so aesthetic. Like, look at him, like always trying to have an aesthetic moment, just stopping me in the middle of the bridge. Out of nowhere, he turns to me, gets on his knee, and starts almost crying at this point, just because I guess he's so nervous. You know, he starts telling me, like, you know, I love you, you're so amazing, I would spend the rest of my life with you, all these cute things. And he pulls out a ring from his sock, and I'm like, well, the box, you know, and he just pulls it out, and he's sitting there like you know, like, and at this point I'm thinking, like, he's really proposing right now, like. So he's telling me whatever, and then he gets to the question. And when he asks that question, I'm noticing everything else around me. I'm like, I'm out of my head right now. And I'm just like looking around, like, where's the cameras? Because I know he said when he was going to propose to me that there would be cameras and all these things. And like, I didn't picture this being where or how I'd get proposed to right now. Is this happening? And then I look beyond the trees behind him, and for a second, I'm like, is that my mom in the trees? And like, I start hearing ruffling in all the bushes, and I'm like, something feels weird. Like, my intuition or like my discernment right now is kicking in, and I'm like, wait a minute. He's on the floor with a ring in his hand, and he's asking me, Melanie, will you marry me? And he's like almost crying right now, and I'm just like, no. What? Like, why did I say that? He's literally like about to throw the ring and himself over the freaking bridge into the water at this point. I'm like, no, wait, yes, get up. Oh my God, like, yes, I'll marry you. Like, I had to say like 5 times, girl, because why did the first thing that came out of my mouth was no? That was horrible, but that was my first reaction, you know? And obviously, we're married now. We've been married a couple months now, like 4 months or so. So obviously, everything worked out. I said yes in the end. The first video reaction of everybody that was actually in the bushes and stuff, like I thought, you hear me saying like, no, like what? Like, oh my God. And everyone's like, did she say yes? Like, we need a yes for the confirmation video. And I'm like, yeah, I said yes. Like, oh, like, okay. You know, my first reaction was not, oh my God, yes, like you see in the movies and on social media and all that. No. My first reaction was like, no, you're kidding. Like, there's no way I was right. Like, there's no way that this is happening right now. Like, there's no way you love me this much so you want to marry me. Like, you know, it was just all these things that I was saying, like, no way. You know, you expect your first reaction to be like, oh my God, yes. And then it wasn't, and you kind of feel guilty for a little bit because you're like, damn, like, he obviously knows I said yes, but hopefully he doesn't think I felt forced. Or hopefully he doesn't think like I just said it in the spur of the moment because you just happen to have our entire family next to us watching. Like, it wasn't anything like that. It was more like just a shock moment. And that was just what had happened to come out of my mouth. I just kind of wanted to realize like, okay, this is really happening. Like, so many thoughts ran through my head in that moment, and I just kind of needed to tell him like, listen, I love you. Yes, I do want to marry you. That was not what I wanted to come out of my mouth. But that's just what came out of my mouth at first. Honestly, and unless you've ever been proposed to and you're a female, you would understand like what it feels like to be in that position. Like, you've always dreamt for this moment. And when it finally happens, like, do I want to marry him? Like, I'm only 22. Is he my best friend? Like, you start thinking like, am I gonna regret this? I really don't want to regret this. Like, I want this to be the first and last time this happens, and I want to make it perfect, and I want to make it last forever, and I don't want to mess it up. And I'm like, am I going to be a good wife? Like, you start guilt tripping yourself, and you're like, am I going to be good enough? Am I going to be, all these things in the matter of maybe 2 seconds start running through my mind. So you could only imagine that's why I said no in the beginning, but I totally meant yes. I meant yes, babe, just letting you know. Sometimes your expectation versus your reality are not in the same room, and that's okay. That's the tea, girl. But if you guys want to know like more little story times like that, or like, you know, what wedding preparations feel like or anything, let me know. Give me some suggestions for my next video, which I am planning very soon. And yeah, stay tuned, you guys. I plan to make a lot more like content about just like expectation versus reality. That's what the EVR Miss Roman is. It's EVR, like expectation versus reality, or ever Mrs. Roman, however you want to say that. But that's basically all I have for today. And thank you for watching. I hope you share, like, subscribe, comment, all the things. And yeah, see you in my next one. Bye.